Yo, Nian is hurt. But he got Exodia obliterated. This is why you never pull a gun on Nian. She Hulk smashed that bitch. I mean, when I hear last week that like everyone's like, oh, we're going back to a Char episode. I'm expecting the entirety of this week's episode is flashback, right? And the first half, flashback. Good stuff, action oriented. I'm having fun. I'm like, okay, now we see how Char died, right? Or, ascended into isekai existence, whatever they're implying. And then focusing on Nian, seeing her new perspective. I'm thinking this makes sense. Do the first half of the episode, action-packed, get all the adrenaline pumping, and then take it slow, see the other side. Probably next week we'll see it on Machu's side, and then most likely a week or two later we'll probably have a conflict with him. This makes sense. And then when I see my girl Exodia obliterate a fool. Now this guy, he's out here poisoning cakes. Which isn't the worst way to assassinate, but it's pretty messed up when you consider the implications of people that he's done that to. The idea of this Evangelion-looking bot, which we don't even need to go inside. We can pilot the shit with our minds. There's something just so extreme. I think this is more intense than watching, like, a shotgun where blood splatters everywhere. Yeah, that's very violent and very, like, damn. But seeing a man just melt in a fraction of a second through the most intense laser known to man up close, where there's not even blood, it just eviscerated everything, is so much more intense. And I know people are going to talk smack about the G-Fred's name. I want you to stop right there. G-Fred's is the greatest name I've ever heard for a Gundam. Is it dumb? Yeah, but I mean, we got G-Quacks of all things. Like that, it already started the weird naming conventions. But some dude deadass said, we're going to call this the G-Freds, and I have to respect that. And I'll admit, I didn't catch this, but seeing people discuss online, people are saying that Char is 100% alive. I think everyone was like, oh, what if, like, we're going to do some weird thing where he's still in the Gundam or something, some, like, out-of-body experience. No, the guy at the end, seemingly shares the same VA, and the eyes and everything is implying that be Char. And what that means for the future, I don't know. But this is getting interesting. It's very weird, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but I have to say it every week that it makes me feel this. This show feels like it could end in a few episodes, as much as it does feel like there could be a second season or second core. And I still don't know what, because everyone's giving me a different damn answer, and no one has links to anything, so it's all just he said, she said. But you could really see how it could be a short story in the way that, like, okay, this week was flashback with Char, so we have all the past stuff finished. And if we are saying that that's him at the end, well, now we're caught up to speed there, though not to say we couldn't have a flashback of how we got that identity, but we'll see. Nian stuff caught up to speed. Next week, focus back on Machu, see what she's doing on Earth and everything. And then I could easily see in 1 or 2 episodes Nian versus Machu fighting. Very easy to see that happening and everything just kind of clashing very rapidly. To the same degree, you could see how you could extend all that plot line and make it into a second core. I could easily see that too. At this point, I don't even know what I would prefer, because if you asked me this a couple weeks back, I would say absolutely not. Gundam needs to be bare minimum 2 cores, but for the love of God, can we go back to 4 cores like we used to have? But seeing how they're going about this story, I almost wonder if 1 core would be a really appropriate. It's different, but it wouldn't feel that different in comparison to getting a Gundam movie or 2, you know what I mean? Like, there is ways, and there has been ways of showing shorter Gundam stories, just now we're doing it in TV. I don't know. I really don't know what I want to see, but so far I'm having a good time. This shit's like balls to the walls insane. The production is phenomenal. I mean, I've said it since the beginning, but anytime we're in space, the grittiness, like any general shot looks like a painting. It just is so beautiful. And Char's out here with like the biggest dick energy known to man. He's got like 15 thrusters around the Red Gundam, and they can also act like individual turrets that are moving around on top of being thrusters. Like, it just looked cool as hell. But I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting the cake to actually be poisoned. See, when she said that, I thought it was a joke. Like, I was like, oh, we're making a goof. No, that cake was a lie. The thing that's really nice, though, about Gundam is while there's definitely some elements, like any story, that the reason it happened that way is so the scene could extend and a different character could do something. Because when a character has a gun, okay, shoots, gets up there and is pointing a gun at Nian, right? He should have just immediately fired. If he did that, she would have been dead. He most likely would still be alive or at least live to fight another day. Instead, he shot, missed, and then started speaking before trying to shoot again, which then caused him to get absolutely annihilated by the Evangelion. Now, like with many stories, that happens because that lets the characters live. I mean, yes, there some people in the world who would think they have the high ground and they have the ability to mock them first. Yes, but that only works when you don't also have another guy with a gun on the ground shooting at you. So there's no real excuse. Like, am I infuriated by it? No, like, I just think it's very much a cliche that you see in all these stories. But with that said, there are a lot of elements that are in this show, and especially this episode, that you also don't see. So it's not all just like convenience. The fact that near the very end of the episode, the woman who looks like Shredder from TMNT pulls a gun, and usually when characters pull guns, it's like, all right, I'll keep my eye on you, and puts it. No, like she shoots. Like in a time of war, Gundam is the type of series that when characters pull a gun, usually they pull the trigger. It's very rare that, like, if someone's like, I think I need to kill you, they don't kill you. Or at least attempt to, right? And that's what I think really helps sell and separate Gundam from your run-of-the-mill military, war-driven shows. Because so often they try to make you think, like, oh yeah, this is a life or death thing, but so many characters get away scot-free. We eviscerated people, we shoot people, we don't let people just survive because we think they might be okay. Like, no, you did some screwed up shit, you broke the rules, you're gonna die now. And I respect that. Now, does that bode well for both Nian and Machu making it out alive in this show? Probably not, but, you know, at this point, if you were to ask me who am I rooting for, probably Nian. I honestly like her the most out of all the characters we met. I still respect Shuji for apparently just isekaiing himself and saying, screw all this bullshit, I'm going off to Neverland. I assume we'll probably hear from him one last time before the show's over, but yeah, I still find that very, very amusing. But good episode. Not what I expected. Not only is it shocking to see Char in a flashback, because you're like, oh, you know, maybe they're not going to do much with him. Especially if you think it's going to be a one-core story. There's no way they... And then, like, oh, no, he seemingly is actually alive. Can't say the same for the guy who got obliterated, though. You let me know your thoughts. What are you thinking of G-Quacks? And do you agree with me G-Freds is the greatest name of all time? If you disagree, just know you are objectively wrong. Thoughts down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, ring that bell. We do have the Patreon, of course, where you got the full live reactions over there exclusively. And hey, while you're over there, I'll just give you a video shout out. Alright, so today we got Franklin Greenway, Hikari Lounge, Fletchbringer, So Logiki, Subject 3, Sarnik, Jade, Vasuva Granada, Gabby G, Attack Owl, and we also have Bird Nest. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and y'all have a good one.